Ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday Night Vlog with your host, Franklyn FM McInnis. Enjoy the show. Hello everybody, welcome to Sober Saturday. Hope that this uploads on Sober Saturday, but yeah, this is Sober Saturday. It is November 26, 2016 as the time of this recording. So all of that natural high that everybody got from their Black Friday shopping has died down. I'm sure that there is some buyer's remorse out there, and I know that some of you are happy through and through with your purchases, but I know that there's definitely some buyer's remorse. I've seen some of it already in other YouTube videos. And if you're a Funko fan, definitely I know that there's some buyer's remorse out there, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, as far as the Hot Topic box is concerned, I think the pop is fine. You know, the other figures included are fine. Nothing wrong with the box, nothing really wrong with how Hot Topic handled this particular box. And I think $25 is reasonable for 3 exclusive figures, even if 2 of them, I believe the Dorbs and the Pocket Pop are not new, but they are, I think, glow in the dark variations. Somebody let me know for sure about that, but I think that's what makes them exclusive. So yeah, I think the value is there. The problem though is not on the company, it's not on Hot Topic, it's not on Funko. It's that some consumers did not do their research, and Hot Topic actually did a Periscope well before this box came out, letting people see what was inside of it. There were images online, again, letting people see what would be inside of the box. Some people did not do their research. They went out and they bought more than one of these boxes expecting there to be variation, and there wasn't. So that's not on the company. Again, if you're just being a consumer, you gotta do your research. So I can't fault Hot Topic or Funko for that mistake that some people made. Now this is where things get a little more questionable. And you really have to keep your eyes open and see how companies will try to play you, because keep this in mind, they're a business. Hot Topic is a business. Funko is a business. They're in it to win it. They're not in it to really help you out, okay? They gotta make profit. So I have not seen this gold BB-8 up close myself. I know that a lot of people seem happy with it, and if you're happy with it, that's absolutely cool. Collecting Plastic, he's one of my friends that I've met through YouTube who really loves Star Wars, and he didn't seem impressed by it material wise. He said he felt like the materials were cheap. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but I did kind of wonder why they took this figure and they put it into this globe, and I wouldn't put it past them that they did use cheaper materials and then put it in this globe so that you can't really see how cheap the materials are. So maybe that's a possibility. Who knows? There could be huge profit that they're getting off of this. But again, like I said, if you're happy with it, that's what matters. If it looks good in your collection, then you know, maybe that's what matters to you. That's all that you need. But again, I do feel like Hot Topic definitely tried to play people with this, because they let it be known that the actual price of this, according to them, the actual price would be $32, I believe. So they sold it for $20 on Black Friday. So that gets people to rush and feel like they're getting a great deal out of it. But if you know Hot Topic, they always have specials going on. If this ever sells for $32, it would probably be very briefly. And I just don't see that being the regular price. And I think that because they put this rush into people's mind that go ahead and get it while it's $20, I think that more than likely these are going to be sold out. So the chance of it just sitting in stores collecting dust is very slim, and even if it is sitting there, it's going to be marked down at some point. So that $32 to me in the long run means nothing. It really means nothing at all. It was really just a ploy to get people to rush out and grab up this figure. But like I said, that comes down to you Star Wars fans. If you're happy with it, that's what matters. Now, me personally, I kind of agree with collecting plastic. But I'm really not into gold figures in general. Just taking a pop that already exists and coloring it gold, that doesn't do a lot for me personally. I do think it's a kind of a good looking paint job because it does have that nice shine to it. but still, I need more than that. I actually think it would be very cool if they took BB-8 and gave him an R2-D2 paint job. You know, take the orange, make it blue. Again, that'd be very simple, and I know some people would complain about that, but I still would find that more interesting to have a matchup with R2-D2 as opposed to just spray painting something gold, you know, or I'm saying spray painting, but you know what I mean by that, painting it gold. Okay, the Walmart box. Again, well, really, let me be fair. I'm going to put some blame on Funko and then some fame again on consumers. Some consumers did not do their research. They went and got more than one Walmart box, not knowing that there was no variation in it, although this leaked very early, at least 2 weeks ahead of the time of it being in stores, at least 2 weeks out. It was known what was in this box if you did your research. Now, where I'm not too happy with Funko is the fact that there's no variation, and yet look at the box. Why do they have these huge symbols of Wonder Woman and Superman if they have no representation in this box? To me, that's kind of foul, and it seems like they did try to play people, making them think that there was a possibility of something different when there wasn't. Now, on a personal level, I actually did want this box, and haven't seen it. I really didn't go looking for it too much. I think I just checked out 3 Walmarts, and one of those was very close to me, so I didn't run around looking for this box. And honestly, I'm more and more getting this attitude that you just can't have it all. You can't get everything that you see, especially if you work, you know, sort of an average job like I do, and you know, you don't have a lot of income, that spare income, then you just can't have it all. So if I never get my hands on that Killer Croc and Popster, I can live with that. The Two-Faced Dwarves, if I don't get it, I can live with that. But what I'm going to do is basically be patient, because I've already seen on eBay people putting this whole box up, and the prices are somewhat reasonable, but I know they're going to come down. So I'm just going to be patient. That's all that I'm going to do. And like I said, if I never get it, I can live with that. GameStop. A lot of talk about GameStop. We know last year was a debacle, but when you compare this year to last year, here's the big question. Was it really better this year? Now, yes, they did shrink wrap the boxes, so we didn't have the employees going into them, but on the other hand, we had employees stacking the boxes as they came out of the larger boxes, you know, so I think it was like 6 of the Funko, the mystery boxes in each box that was shipped to them, and they were all the same. So if they stacked them all together, then people ended up buying, possibly every box would be the same, because the only variation within the box was the pop figure. So, you know, that really stinks that happened to so many people, and it definitely happened to a good number of people. I saw some videos that were just, they were tough to watch, because I really felt bad for people. But at the same time, again, do your research. You would know that there wasn't going to be variation beyond the pop figure. I don't like that Funko put just one rock candy figure in every box. That was ridiculous. And I see a lot of rock candy figures just sitting around in stores, because that line hasn't really taken off hugely yet. I hope it does better, because I think they're really well designed figures. I got at least 5 or 6 myself. So I think they probably should have taken some of that back stock and put it into the mix. And, you know, that may have gotten people interested in that series more, you know, those figures more, I should say, instead of just doing all these Enchantress figures. It felt like they were just trying to get rid of them. And it's kind of weird that they have this push like they're trying to get rid of them when it wasn't even released yet. It's like, what is going on? And then the Five Nights at Freddy's pint-sized heroes, why in the world are they exclusive? They really didn't need to be exclusives. Or again, they could have put exclusives into the mix. But for the same pint-sized heroes to be in every box, that was ridiculous. So, yeah, I guess you could look at it from both ways. You know, the consumers probably should have did more research, and then also Funko could have handled this better. And I know that people weren't crazy about the reaction figures last year, and they did give Pocket Pops, I think, last year, and I feel like there was something else too. Somebody remind me about that in the comments. I feel like there maybe have been pins or something like that. But all in all, there was more variety last year than there was this year. I think that last year, probably more people actually ended up with gold figures. And I'm not just talking about GameStop employees. I think that more people probably ended up with gold figures, because I haven't seen a whole lot of it thus far. So Another thing that I absolutely have to say here is that the gold paint jobs on the Mega Man and Yellow Ranger, the Mega Man looks kind of okay from what I can see. Now, let me be fair, I have not seen these in person, but that gold paint job on the Yellow Ranger looks a little funky to me. Maybe, and well, actually, I know it's not just me. I know I've heard one or two other people say they feel the same way about it. So if you have one of these figures, let me know how they look in person. You know, I do want to be fair about things. I don't 100% know, but just from the images, I'm not really blown away by them. But again, that might just be personal preference, that just painting a figure gold doesn't really do much for me. Now, the metallic Yellow Ranger, I think that's a cool looking figure. On the other hand, though, again, some people got way too many of them. People that bought multiple boxes ended up with way too many of them. So I don't know if these figures were even put out in even numbers. I know that the gold ones weren't, obviously, because they're rare, but as far as the other figures, I really kind of wonder what the numbers look like overall. So let's take a look at what's going on eBay, and this should be no surprise to anybody. Some people got all of the same box. So obviously, you know, some people are taking a lot of their figures over to eBay, trying to sell them there, but of course there's not much value to them because so many people are trying to sell. That's just simple economics. And what's really amazing to me is that I just happened to come across this. Some people are still trying to sell the box from last year. That's pretty amazing. You know, and I've actually seen that box still in GameStops, which is kind of crazy as well. So yeah, I feel sorry for people that are trying to sell these figures. I just hope that you have some friends. Maybe you can gift them off, and it's always helpful to have friends involved anyway in the mix, helping you out, and maybe you could trade figures with them as well, at least the pop figures. So yeah, I'll just say this as well. I hope that when you're doing your hunting, especially dealing with mystery boxes, I hope that you have some friends that you can trade with. Now, flippers, we know anytime that there's anything mystery involved with Funko, flippers are going to try their best to get over on people. So just take a moment, kind of peruse these prices here. You see the $70 range, one at basically $100, but don't forget that shipping though. Don't forget that shipping. So that's almost $110 there. And then one $125, and don't worry, he'll take care of the shipping. Isn't that nice? Yeah, this is ridiculous. Who in the world would pay this much for these? But here's the thing though, I'm saying that, but then there are some people who would, and I'm talking about people that again are like me, not making big money, but will satisfy these flippers by paying huge prices. Me personally, I'm not going to do it. I just can't. I can't support that. I will pay a little bit of a markup if I know a figure is hard to find, but I probably wouldn't go like over, it would take a lot for me to go over $20. You know, that's a pretty low limit, but that's about where I am, because it's just ridiculous to pay that much. I'd rather have multiple more common figures than to spend that much just for one. There's only one figure out of my whole collection that was big money basically, and I had some help with that, honestly. So yeah, this is just way too much for me, and I hope that you all feel the same way, that you don't support this type of nonsense. So what have we learned from Black Friday? Here are some things that I hope that we all learned. First of all, bargains are often a trap. That's just truth. That is absolute truth. These bargains are really set up. First of all, a lot of them aren't bargains to begin with. They're taking things that are already marked up way too much and just bringing them down some. So it really, you're not getting a deal out of that. So yeah, some of the bargains are a trap, and then really what they're about, the bargains are mainly about trying to get you into the store, because once you're in that store and you're in that buying mode, you got that money in your pocket, you're not going to just run in there and grab the figure that you want and then be out. That rarely happens. We know that you're going to spend more. So that's what Black Friday and Gray Thursday, whatever they want to call it, that's what it's mainly about. And I don't even know if the term Black Friday matters much anymore. It seems like it's turned into a week-long event, and I still think it's hugely ironic that this occurs around Thanksgiving. It's such American so hypocritical, and I won't even get into all of that. I don't want to get into all of that, but we just know it's kind of ridiculous. But again, research. I hope people have really learned that lesson. You have got to find out what is going to be in these boxes. And if you can't find out, then wait. I would just say wait. See other people open them up and see what they have there. Because if nobody knows at all, then they probably won't cost too much, even if you have to buy one secondhand at first, or even if you have to wait a while and then get one. But yeah, to me, I'm not big on mystery. I want to know what I'm getting. Beyond mystery minis, and even with those, I'll reach my limit within a certain series. But still, yeah, do your research. I said before, friends make a difference. That's absolutely true. I don't know how in the world I would have the collection that I do have if it wasn't for friends helping me out, and I try to help them out in turn. So you gotta have friends. That definitely helps, especially again when you're dealing with these mystery boxes. You want to be able to trade, because selling sometimes doesn't work, especially when you're dealing with items that a lot of people are trying to get rid of. And then again, this is sort of my mantra more and more, and I hope that other people are realizing this too. You can't have it all and you don't need it all. You got to be happy with the things that you have. If you feel like you've got to have it all, like let's say that you really like Marvel, or you really like DC, and you feel like you got to have all of these figures, or Star Wars even. If you like Star Wars and you want to have it all, I hate it for you, because there's so much out there and it never stops. It never stops. So you kind of got to get past that attitude and just be happy with what you have. Take a moment sometimes. I do this myself. Take a moment sometimes, just walk around, take a good look at your collection, and just really think about the memories attached to them, and just take that time to appreciate them. And that might calm down some of that buying that you feel that you need to do. Appreciate the things that you have. And obviously, that's what Thanksgiving is supposed to be about anyway. So it's a good time to actually reflect on the things that you have, and don't always focus on what's shiny and new, because honestly, a lot of these new things aren't that special to begin with. And let's be honest, Funko did not put a new mold, as far as pops go. They didn't put a new mold into any of these boxes. They're all variations. Now, what does that say about how they feel about their loyal customers? Because when it comes to these mystery boxes, that's mainly who's buying them. The loyal customers and flippers, of course. So to me, that's kind of disrespectful in a way. That's kind of taking your consumer base for granted when you don't even bother to put in some new molds. You're just giving them repaints. That's not cool to me. So you may have different feelings about it, but me personally, I feel that that's kind of disrespectful to the loyalist customers that you have, or the most loyal customers that you have. Okay, so also here, like I said before, and I've been saying this really since I started my channel, flippers can only win if we support them. So don't support them. You got to set some kind of reasonable limit for yourself, or a reasonable maximum, I guess I should say, on what you will spend. If you know it's ridiculous, if it makes you say that's ridiculous, then don't make the purchase. Don't support that nonsense, because really we could control the prices. We have that power, but we can't let these flippers get away with the nonsense that they do. So I'm going to move on from Black Friday. Of course, I do want to hear your thoughts down in the comments. If you are a YouTuber, more than likely I probably heard your thoughts by now, because I know a lot of you have done videos and I've been checking them out. But still, if you want to share anything about Black Friday, you can drop it down in the comments. I'm really ready to move on from that though, and I want to, think about the rest of the week if there's any news to report. Honestly, not a whole lot, but still we'll address what did come up basically. So first of all here, I think the biggest surprise of the week, nobody saw these coming. There were no leaks as far as what I could find, no information at all. These just suddenly were on store shelves in Targets. So the Batman Target exclusive figures, I know a lot of people, it's very tempting to go ahead and roll your eyes. Yes, these are more Batman repaints. I did that if that was my initial reaction, and then I took a closer look and I'm like, you know what? I like the negative Batman. I like the golden Midas Batman. I could see having those in my collection, but if I can't get them, fine, because Target is horrible in my area. And I know that's the same for a lot of other people. I never see exclusives in Target unless I want to get Super Brains. I can get all the Super Brains that I want. They got those all day. I can get, WWE exclusives. No problem. They got those all day. But when it comes to these DC exclusives, they just don't show up. So Yeah, again, I'm going back to that idea of that I know I can't have it all, so I'm not gonna really worry about these if I can't get my hands on them. But I do like them. I could say I like all the set except for the South Pole camo Batman, because that one to me, it looks incomplete. It just looks like it's not done. It looks like they basically took one of the zebra ones and just didn't put the stripe on it, or the whatever the other one was, the bullseye Batman. It looks very similar to those, but it just looks incomplete though. And then the green one, I'm not really crazy about that either, but it does glow, and sometimes I am a sucker for glow in the dark, so you know, that one's cool, but I could take it or leave it. It's just the glow in the dark is really the only thing interesting about it. But the negative Batman, Gold Midas Batman, if I ever do just happen to come across them, I would pick them up. Not gonna pay flipper prices though, like I've already said, obviously, you know. So yeah, if you got your hands on those, you know, congratulations. That's cool that you were able to find them. And I do like that I heard that Target put a limit on these, one per customer, even though there's ways to get around that, obviously, but still, I like that they make the effort. So Cinderella, there's a new figure coming out, this shimmering dress Cinderella. Now, this is not something that I would buy. It's not for me. I'm really not a huge Disney fan to begin with, and then Cinderella just doesn't appeal to me. But I gotta say, this mold is pretty impressive. Now, this is the type of work that should be going into boxes for the most loyal customers. I'm sorry, I had to jump back on that for a second. Okay, stepping back down off the soapbox. But anyway, this is a great mold, and I think just the image there looks pretty good. So I'm pretty sure that it should look impressive in person, as long as that paint job is on point. Should look pretty good. So yeah, if you're into Cinderella, be on the lookout for that. It's actually up online on some websites already for pre-order. Sweet Tooth. Now, I may have played a demo of Twisted Metal. That's about it. Other than that, I just watched some gameplay footage of it here and there. I was never really big on it, but I always liked the design of the character Sweet Tooth, of course, because he is sort of reminiscent of Ghost Rider, and then to sort of mash up with an evil clown. It's a simple but cleverly designed character. So I do like that they're doing a Sweet Tooth pop, but of course it brings up the question, where's the ride? They got to do the ride, but maybe they're trying to feel things out and see how this figure does, and then they'll do a pop ride. I just can't imagine that they wouldn't do one eventually. Then this was another surprise, this Shadow Guard from Walgreens, a Walgreens exclusive, which is glow in the dark. I'm assuming that the red parts will glow. I hope that they glow better than I have the glow in the dark Ant-Man. It doesn't really glow very well at all. You know, maybe they've found a way to do better when it comes to the red. We'll see. But this figure, me personally, I'm not interested in it, but totally the Towel Man, collecting plastic. Those are my boys. If I come across this, I would definitely pick it up for them because they look out for me. I try to look out for them. So yeah, I will be on the lookout for this one, you know, just because of those friends that I have. This one also is supposed to be available online. So if you're interested, be on the lookout for it. It may actually be up already. Hopefully it's not gone already. Blood splattered William Wallace. I think it looks cool. Not really a Mel Gibson fan. I did like the Braveheart movie. Just Mel Gibson, some of his craziness, whatever. I won't even get into all that. But I kind of feel like if you're going to get Braveheart, if you're going to get William Wallace, which I keep calling the character Braveheart. I don't know if that's appropriate or not. But if you're going to get William Wallace, I think the blood splatter one actually looks a lot better. That's just my opinion. And FYE exclusives are usually easy to come by. Now, find them in a box that's not damaged, that's a little bit trickier. But yeah, I feel like if you're going to get him, you might as well go for the blood splattered version. Now, I couldn't go without mentioning the upcoming Power Rangers figures. I think these images have been floating around for a while, but some of you may have not seen it, so I just wanted to go ahead and share these. Yes, you will be able to complete this set of what we here in America know as the original team. I guess it's the original team for Japan as well, but you'll be able to get this whole squad together. I do want to point out though, obviously the movie is on the way, so I'm just waiting for that bomb to drop, that as soon as people complete the set of the originals, here come the new ones. We know it's going to happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do commons and metallics for them as well. They're going to milk that money, definitely. And if that movie turns out to be good, then yeah, they're definitely going to milk it like crazy. They're a company though, can't really blame them. So I want to hear from you all. Are you interested in any of these figures? And also, if I missed anything, please drop it down in the comments. Let me know. Let the community know. Really help collectors out, because I don't catch it all. I try my best, but I'm not that master Pokemon hunter or whatever. So I don't catch them all. So if I missed anything, please, like I said, let me know. Drop it down in the comments and let me know if you're interested in any of these. And like I said, don't forget to share if you want to share some more about your Black Friday experience. I definitely will check that out, and I'll try to reply to all of the comments, because I always appreciate people that watch these episodes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get into showing you some appreciation here. I got to show you something else first that some of you may have already seen on my channel, but I'm going to run this again for you all, and then we'll get into exactly what I'm referring to here. So now you've had a good look at Power Comics of Conway, South Carolina. Hopefully you saw some stuff there that really caught your attention. If you pause at certain moments to take a closer look at things, that's definitely a good sign, because there's a lot to look at in that shop. And I said this before about Power Comics. I feel like every time I go there, no matter how much the time difference is, I feel like I always see something new there. So that's definitely something cool about them. And I really do like to support a local, comic shop, as opposed to always going to chain stores. And these chain stores, to me, lately have been a big letdown in a lot of ways anyway. I don't feel like I always find good deals there, and you know, the selection is not always great. So I've always stressed this to people: check your local comic book shops. Don't just stick to stores like Hot Topic, FYE, GameStop, and so on. Look different places. Look at those comic book shops and collectible shops, you know, stores that are a combination, specialty shops, whatever it may be. Just really look around. But Power Comics has really become one of my favorite shops. It's been that way for months now, and I really just want to support them some more because they've been so nice to me. They have great customer service and everything. And by the way, they're not paying me at all to do this. This is just something that I want to do. I want to help to promote them, and I think they deserve it. That's really all there is to it. So you see here, this is going to be called FM's Power Comics giveaway, and of course it is called that for good reason. So let me go ahead and get into the details of this giveaway. Now, first of all, here, the rules. Obviously here, I mean, it should be obvious. You got to be a subscriber. Of course, that's necessary. You got to be a subscriber in the US or Canada. I used to just do the US. I have opened it up to Canada as well. I don't know if I'll you know, go beyond that in the future or not. We'll see, because international really can get up there. But for this particular giveaway, yeah, US or Canada. Subscribers under 18, I know I do have some. Do make sure that you get your parents' permission, because if there's a chance of me sending you a prize, obviously if you're under 18, you shouldn't just be giving out your address without your parents' consent. So that's why that is important. Okay, now as far as entry is concerned, I do want you to like this video that you're watching right now, and if I do, I'm probably going to do a separate video about the giveaway, or maybe not. I'll see. I'll just say this: if I do another video about the giveaway, I'm probably still going to send you back to this video. Make sure that you like this video, and you will need to comment on this video. I'll get to that in just a second. I also want you to like the Power Comics Facebook page. I will put a link in the description. Make sure you go and like their page. And then this is what's really important here. Now, you do have to do all of this to be entered, but for me, this is what's really important. I want you to browse the Power Comics eBay shop, which I'm going to put a link to that as well. Look through a couple of pages. You don't have to try to see everything on there, but do look through a good number of pages, and you know, just get an idea of the comics that you like, the collectibles that you like. Come on back here and just tell me about them. That's really all that you have to do. Now, if something really catches your eye and you decide to do a little shopping, that's great. I'm really trying to promote them. I think they are a great shop, and you know, if anything seems like the prices are raised up on there, it is because it's hard to find. I mean, they do have some older figures you're not going to find just anywhere. So that's really the only time they mark things up, and even then, sometimes some of their older figures are marked down to where they're very reasonable. And I think a lot of their the older figures that they carry, they kind of outdo some of the figures that you can find nowadays. Some of the stuff that I'm seeing, like when I go to Toys R Us and I'm walking the aisles, I see very little that grabs my attention. Same thing with Walmart. And I don't think that's me trying to, you know, act like an old fuddy-duddy. I'm not that old to begin with, all right? But also, just that I really like the designs of some of those older figures. They're really awesome. So, yeah, like I said, if anything catches your eye, you know, wouldn't hurt to put down a bid or anything like that as well. But for this giveaway, I do want you to come back and just talk about what you liked as far as the things that you saw. And do be original about it. Of course, I'm going to look and make sure I don't have somebody just going off of other people's comments. You know, be true to what you like, and make sure you do explain why you like the things that you are seeing. So you can earn 5 extra entries, and what you need to do is share the link that I have down below to the Power Comics eBay shop. You share it on social media. Where you share it is really up to you. You know, your preferred choice, whether it be like in a Facebook group, or maybe you do a post on Instagram or Twitter, whatever it may be. Just share it somewhere on social media and then send me the link. You can private message me the link, or you can comment it below if you want to, but there's a chance that YouTube might flag it as spam, but I'll see it regardless. I do check my spam folder on a regular basis. I pretty much have to, especially because for some of you, you may not even realize this, but for some of you, especially if you're outside of the US, a lot of times your comments do go to spam, but I do catch them and I check them. I make sure that they are viewable to the public and viewable to me, of course. You know, so I do catch those. I do check my spam folder on a regular basis, and that's a little tip, a little tip for you other YouTubers as well. Do make sure that you check your spam folder on a regular basis with your comments. Check those spam comments. Now, as far as the drawing is concerned, it will be held on the evening of Saturday, December 17th. Saturday, December 17th. I was going to do it a little bit later, but I don't want it too close to Christmas. Ideally, I would actually like you to be able to get whatever you're going to choose, and I'm going to talk about the prize in a moment. I would like you to be able to get this and actually have it on Christmas. You know, that would be cool as opposed to afterwards. Now, if you happen to be in Canada and you win, I can't guarantee when you're going to receive it. I mean, that's, you know, with customs that they control that pretty much so. But if you're in the US, hopefully you would actually have this to open up by Christmas. So the prize, this is what people are really curious about. I know. Okay, you will get 3 Funko Pops and or Dorbs. I know there are some Dorbs fans, and there are some Dorbs out there now that to me look pretty cool. This does exclude, though, no 6-inch figures. Sorry, people, you're not going to get me like that. But 3 Funko Pops and or Dorbs. It could be a combination of your choice, and they do need to be from Power Comics. So what I'm basically going to do is, if you are the winner, I will coordinate with you. And this is something I've done before. I did this with another store that I really like. So I will actually coordinate with you to find a time where I can be in the shop and you and I can communicate. And I can send you pictures of what I'm seeing. You basically just let me know which 3 you want. And the same is going to be true for the next thing here. You will also get 3 comics. This does exclude collected editions and graphic novels. I'm just talking about what some people refer to as the floppies, the monthly comics. You get to choose 3 of those. And again, I will send you pictures. Basically, it would help if you let me know if you're a Marvel or DC fan if you win. That'll make it a little bit quicker process. Or if you like both, you know, or some other types of comics, you know, I'll look around for you. I will take the time with that. But again, 3 comics of your choice from Power Comics. Now, the reason I think this is important is because, yes, I do tend to focus a lot on the collectibles when I go to Power Comics and when I go to other comic book shops. But at the heart of these shops really is the comics. And there are a lot of great comics out there. So I do think it's important that you do have some appreciation for this, you know, wonderful work that some people are doing. I mean, there's really, like I said, some great storylines going on. Me personally, I'm a big fan of Miss Marvel. She's probably one of my favorite characters right now. I actually am enjoying her in the comics more than Harley Quinn. I really love Harley Quinn. Not as crazy about some of the things that they're doing with her story-wise, though. But Harley Quinn, you know, of course, is still a fun character. But Miss Marvel is probably my favorite to read right now. So I want you to have some of that appreciation as well. You know, check out the comics. So, the links that you will need for this giveaway, they are down in the description. If you forgot any of that, I know this went kind of quickly. Look back through, you know, if you need to replay it. Make sure you understand exactly what you need to do there. And good luck to everybody that enters the giveaway. Now, I know that, you know, a lot of us, my fellow YouTubers, I'm speaking to you, I know a lot of us, we like to do these giveaways, and sometimes we have these different rules and things. And every once in a while, we'll get somebody that says that's a little too complicated. Well, just keep in mind, people, you don't have to enter this giveaway. This is just for people that will really appreciate what I'm trying to do, and especially recognize the fact that I'm trying to help out a local business. That's what this is really about. This is something, you know, that's personal to me because I really like this shop. I want to see this shop there as a long-term, you know, business. And they really are somewhat new. I think they've only been there maybe 2 years or so. I know that the owner would have to correct me on that, but I think he told me one time that they haven't been there a super long time. But I want to see them maintain because they really are a great shop. So I'm doing the little part that I can to help promote them. So that's what this is all about. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this Saturday night vlog. I know that it took me a while to get back to do another one. Sorry about that, but you know, things happen. But yeah, I'll try to be back with another one soon, and hopefully there'll be a lot more Funko news to share then now that Black Friday's out of the way and the holidays are approaching. So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it as always, and you all take care. Till next time.